Hello everybody, Trojans for Life here, and welcome to today's video where we will be doing a Q&A. I asked you guys on my YouTube comments post that I put up there, and I also asked for DMs as well, but yeah, I just decided that I wanted to do a Q&A for my 1K special, so thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot. A lot of great questions. I'm surprised that there weren't more, but hey, you know what? You can only ask for so much, and I'm very thankful for that. With what I got and what I have, I'll be answering everyone's questions that they asked me and what they have for questions for me, and yeah, that'll be the video. So let's go ahead and get started asking questions. I'm going to read them through the list, and then I'll read through the DMs at the very end. So let's start off with the FNAF question. Who is your favorite FNAF character? I got a lot of these questions. I'll put 3 of them up on the screen, or similar questions to that. First off, my favorite character, if I'm going to be honest, I love all the FNAF characters, and again, I know that I could go on tangent for tangent. If I had all of them right in front of me, I'd be able to make a clear choice, but I'm not going to lie, my favorite character is Foxy. I love Foxy. I think one of the questions asked, like, if I were to be stuffed into, but I consider that the same thing as, like, what is your favorite FNAF character? And yeah, so I have a top 5 one, and then what's your favorite FNAF character? And I think one was like, what suit would you want to get stuffed into? So anyway, long story short, I really love Foxy. He's such a cool character. And yeah, I personally think that his character is so unique in the sense that, I mean, even in the first game, he was just this pirate fox, right? And he was in his own separate stage on the side. I love that. Kind of reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese with all the characters, the animatronics on stage. Maybe you had like a side one with Chucky, I think. So yeah, I really like that. And especially in the FNAF pizzeria, it's so cool to see his side stage and him being like alone, separated. Not saying I like that, but I think it's just such a cool character. His design is cool. I love Withered Foxy the most. If you want to know of all the Foxies, he's pretty dope. But yeah, what's your favorite FNAF game? What's your favorite FNAF fan game? So I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sure you know this is a channel for that. But what's my favorite FNAF game? Fan game, I should say. I honestly, if I could go back and replay some of the fan games that I've loved, I love Pop Goes. I think the creator Kane is remaking Pop Goes Evergreen, so that'll be cool to play. Five Nights at Candy's, the whole series, and I think Kane is also working to make Five Nights at Candy's 4, and don't know. I think for me, those are my 2 favorite fan games. Those were back in the day. I love those. People used to play them all the time, and yeah, I love Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. They're so much fun. If I were to pick a recent one, I like the free roam fan games. Those are really fun because you can actually move around the pizzeria and not just be confined to an office. I also like Five Nights at Frederick's. I love Banshee, and I know that was like my most recent video, but guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that I hate FNAF 6. I never really played FNAF 6, guys, because it was just too scary. No cameras, and you kind of just have to listen to the audio in the vents. So playing Banshee, which was a FNAF 6 fan game remake, I guess, there's cameras, which makes it easier, but the fact that like you have to do tasks while also simultaneously looking on the cameras for these characters, and then you have to stare at them in the office, it's creepy. Yeah, so those, I would say Five Nights at Candy's and then Pop Goes are my favorite fan game series. So, yeah. Did you have a game you liked before FNAF? So there are plenty of games I actually liked before FNAF. I mean, when I was younger, I used to play Minecraft all the time. That was like a huge thing. Team Fortress 2, that was also, and I still play Team Fortress 2 and Minecraft to this day. Overwatch, Halo. Oh, I loved Halo, man. I used to play that all the time. That was so cool. Skylanders, Smash Bros, Mario Kart. I'm starting to get a list of things, but yeah, those were games I played before I knew what FNAF was, before I had a computer, before I had a PC. you guys didn't know, I had a PC before I had a desktop, so yeah. But yeah, those are some games that I loved playing and I liked before FNAF. If I wasn't a FNAF channel, I'd probably be doing one of those games, like a Nintendo channel, or I would be hooked on Team Fortress 2, or I'd be hooked on Minecraft. I'd be doing one of those types of things. Or if mascot horror was a thing and FNAF was just not a thing, I'd probably do mascot horror or horror games, which is a mix on my channel. I do FNAF mainly, but I also do horror games. So it's a mix of those things. What inspired you to start YouTube? So if you guys don't know, obviously there's so many creators out there who make YouTube videos, right? I mean, back in the day, you would watch like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. I mean, those were the original pioneers of YouTube, and more came on later. Mr. Beast. What really inspired me to start YouTube was a YouTuber named Daco. I'm sure you know him, very famous now. He used to be very small, but he definitely grew over the years. And what I love about Daco is he was just so funny. He made YouTube enjoyable to watch. And at some point, when I realized that you could make money off of YouTube, and I thought, hey, what would be a great job and a cool ideal job to do? And right now, I'm not getting paid. This is a hobby. Daco was a very big inspiration of starting YouTube. I used to watch like XX Pro Class Gamer, Fusion Z Gamer, and Daco when FNAF 2 and 3 were coming out. And then another huge inspiration was, 8-Bit Gaming. You guys know them. Now it's just 8-Bit Ryan and Bazamalam. Then you also have Rezbowski, and there's just so many FNAF YouTubers now, like Rytoast, FNAF. I mean, I forgot to mention Game Theory. That was another one that inspired me. Yeah, I would say the people, and then also the fact that, like, I love to inspire people and help other people out too. I love doing it because I feel like just being a YouTuber in general, it helps me help others, right? And I love doing that, right? I love helping others because then people see that and then they're like, oh my gosh, like that'd be cool. Like, oh, I'm really inspired by this guy. He really, makes me want to inspire. So I was inspired by other YouTubers, and I hope that I inspire you in my videos. So that's really what inspired me to start YouTube, was content creators like Daco, and then obviously, Rytoast, FNAF, ID's Fantasy. That came later, but like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, XX Pro Class Gamer, Fusion Z Gamer, Stampy. I mentioned him in the previous question. Also was someone who inspired me to do YouTube. So yeah, many different people inspired me, and of course also inspiring others is what I hope to do on my channel. And yeah, next question: do you know Persona? I do not know Persona that well. I do know that the Joker, not the Joker from the DC Comics, but the Joker from Persona is in Persona. I said that weirdly. I worded that wrong. And it's let me look this up right now. The series, it's an anime that has one season and apparently is really good. I've never seen it, so I'll give it a watch and see what the first episode's like, because usually I do that to see what the show is like and see if I enjoy it. But yeah, I know that his character, though, Joker, is in Smash. I'm pretty sure. Yes, he is. It is called Joker. I was right. Okay, so yeah, so Joker is in Smash. But yes, guys, so that's the only reason I know Persona and Joker is because of Smash, because I've played it a few times at my friend's house. So yeah. Next question: what types of videos do you like watching the most? Obviously, I like FNAF. I'm kidding, guys. There is more to FNAF than just watching FNAF videos. I will be honest, I personally, beyond FNAF videos, I love reacting to ride POVs and history of rides and stuff like that. I love those types of videos. They're so intriguing to learn about, the development process of rides and how animatronics are made and all that stuff. For me, that's so interesting. I love watching history of rides, like theme park review, or no, what's the Defunct Land. I used to watch a lot of Defunct Land, and I just love watching theme park videos because they're just so enjoyable, because sometimes you don't have the money and you can't go places. Sometimes you do. I also love video essays. I love watching a lot of video essays, whether it's FNAF or not. They're so enjoyable to watch because it's one of those things where you don't have to worry about what you're working on, right? Let's say I've edited a video for you guys and then I post an announcement or something and I'm like, oh, it'll be out tomorrow, whatever, on my Discord server. Now I have some free time to watch video essays, ride POVs, and ride videos, theme park ride videos, stuff like that. I will watch other FNAF YouTubers. Someone I watch every now and then is Astro Spiff. I love his streams. I love his VODs. Definitely a lot of meme videos for sure. That's just, I think everyone watches memes or like top fives on YouTube Shorts, or like even just memes in general. Those are just a few things I like watching. I mean, if I were to explain everything, it'd be a long video, but yeah. Next question, favorite movie and show. So there's a lot when it comes to TV shows because there are so many good TV shows out there. Same with movies. But, you know, if I were to tell you my favorite movie, I would have to say that would have to be the Lego movie. If you're talking live action, I would have to say Inception. I really love Inception. That is a good movie. If you guys have not seen it, it's a very interesting movie. It's going into dreams of people, and I love that concept, or concepts like that, because you're gonna go into someone's dream and you're gonna be in that dream, and then you're gonna go even further all the way to the most deepest, darkest point. Those are the types of movies that are very interesting to me, and I love Inception. Yeah, I think for that one, that's my favorite movie. As for show, there's a lot of good shows. I love Stranger Things. That's a good show. Really cool. Always huge fan of Stranger Things. The Digital Circus, I am into that. If you guys want a Digital Circus episode on my channel, like reacting to it, just let me know. I would love to do a Digital Circus episode because that series is so cool. And at first I was like, I don't know. I finally gave it a shot and I actually enjoyed it. And now I'm all caught up with the lore. So episode 6 is dropping in a week. If you guys want it next Friday, most likely I'll get it out because I want to watch it too. But yeah, Total Drama. I love that show when I was a kid. That was such a good show. Goosebumps. I mean, regular show. Steven Universe. Disney, all the Disney Channel shows. I mean, the list could go on. Phineas and Ferb. I mean, there's so many. Gumball, Adventure Time, Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. The Office, also that show. I love that show. You guys have never seen The Office. It's an interesting sitcom, and I really love that show. It's really cool. I'm slowly starting to get into Breaking Bad. There's a lot of good shows that I've seen throughout the years, and I think, honestly, like if I had a favorite, I don't know. I think Stranger Things for me, or again, I love all those Cartoon Network shows. Those are good. The Office, I think. If it wasn't Stranger Things, I think The Office. And if it wasn't The Office, it'd be Stranger Things. So, yeah. What do you enjoy about playing FNAF games? So I know that every time I play, guys, I get really scared. And you may go, why are you playing a game that makes you scared if you don't want to play it because you don't want to get scared? Honestly, guys, I just really enjoy playing FNAF games in general. They're really fun to play, but I think what's most unique about it is the storytelling. Obviously, FNAF lore is just so interesting, crazy, and fun to look into. The phone messages each night, or even like security breach with all the room with the sticky notes. I'm sure that room is still being debated to this day, and I know it is, but of course, then you have the environments that the place is set in. It's a pizzeria, after all, and it's just, imagine being at a fun fair, right? Or like an entertainment center at night, like a mall or something where it's completely closed and no one's there and you're the only one there. similar to liminal spaces, but yeah, you know, it's interesting. The character designs, but of course, for me, the gameplay. Back in FNAF 1, all you had was literally, it was simple. You know, you clicked buttons on your right and left side of you, and you could look through a camera. You wouldn't move, you wouldn't walk around. That kind of changed in Sister Location, and then eventually that changed after FNAF 6 and after Ultimate Custom Night, when it went to Steel Wool's hands with, you know, the VR game and Security Breach, all these other games, Secret of the Mimic, all that stuff. But I just love the unique gameplay, and I think it's definitely changed over the years. I do miss old FNAF gameplay. All that stuff was so cool. But they're just so enjoyable, like the environments, the characters, the everything, you name it. I mean, there's so many unique things about FNAF that, like, you know, that's why a lot of games these days, like, they have certain characters that people love, or shows that characters love, or the storytelling's really good. And I think that FNAF kind of just a perfect blend of everything, right? I mean, it's got good gameplay, good visuals, jump scares. You work at a Chuck E. Cheese at night, you know? Imagine working at Chuck E. Cheese at night, you know? Interesting. I just love that stuff, you know? And yeah, I've loved it ever since FNAF 1. I know that a lot of people are not huge fans of the recent games. I still love them. I get it. They give off Poppy Playtime vibes, but, you know, they're still enjoyable to play. Next one, favorite FNAF theory. So this is going to be a difficult one to answer because I have a lot of favorite FNAF theories. I think that when you get down to it, obviously FNAF fan games are, or not fan games, sorry, FNAF games are just great. The lore, the story, kind of like I talked about in the first questions. And yeah, I really enjoy, I would have to say, here's where the controversy is gonna set in. I know this is a controversial thing, but I love that Gregory, I don't want to say love, I enjoy that Gregory could be a robot. Now I know that's very controversial. You can put your comments below and say, oh my gosh, this guy, he sucks. I do enjoy that theory, but I think for me, and I will say that sometimes that one still, I debate on that myself too, to this day. It's just something I go back and forth with, because I can see it, I also can't see it, so it's a possibility. But if you want me to be honest, my favorite FNAF theory, let me look at old FNAF theories. Oh, you know, for me, I love the original theory that Phone Guy is Purple Guy, and he was the killer of the game. I remember when Matt Pat made a video on that, and the video that he made today, though, you go back and watch it. Apparently, FNAF was based on a real Chuck E. Cheese incident. It's questionable, but I can see where he's stretching there, you know. But yeah, you know, I love that Phone Guy is Purple Guy is the killer. That theory will always be my favorite, because that one, and Foxy is a good guy, oh my gosh, that one, back then you didn't know what was true and what wasn't true, and so it's just, oh, so cool, so cool. Sparky, people thought Sparky was real. I love that theory. You know, FNAF 3 is like a museum, or like, you know, Purple Guy's an animatronic. There are two killers. Springtrap is salvage. Who remembers that theory? Oh man, this takes me back. I want to go back and watch the videos now, guys. But yeah, oh, so good, so good. FNAF 3 was gonna be a prequel to FNAF 2, and I still, again, my favorite theory has to be Phone Guy is the killer, and Phone Guy is also Purple Guy. You know, Mike killed all. I mean, I could go on this list forever, but yes, there are so many theories that I love. But I think for me, it either has to be that Gregory is a robot or Foxy is a good guy. All three of those are really good theories. Is this your first channel that you made on YouTube, or did you have any before it? By the way, this is inspirational. All right, let's click this video, guys.
You just got coconut mold. Share this with all your friends to totally...
Well, guys, I just got coconut mauled. Thank you for the inspirational videos. That was brilliant. Anyway, this is technically, yes, this is my first channel. And is it my only channel? Yes. I didn't really do anything before this channel because I didn't really want to do anything beyond this channel. I think this was my main channel that I was working towards to hit 1,000 subscribers. And so for me, because it's my only channel, it's important for me to focus on this one. I have thought about doing a VODs channel. If you've seen my community post, I've thought about expanding a little slowly. I will slowly do that. I might make a TikTok in the future, guys, and a Instagram in the future as well to put my YouTube shorts on, to go check my videos out as well. So, those things will happen in the distant future, as well as a rebranding. I'm going to be going through a rebranding. So Purple Guy, you guys might not see him anymore. So, yeah. I know that's kind of sad because he's kind of a staple icon to my channel, but honestly, I want to work on my own OC, original creation for my channel, and thanks to all the artists who drew my stuff, who drew Purple Guy that can talk, that has many different faces. I mean, you could switch them out like this real quick, But yeah, I'm very thankful of that, and also who drew my banner and my profile picture. I'm very thankful of those people who have done that. So really appreciate that. Thank you for that. Would you be open to take suggestions for games or even more series, aka me simply asking you to play Needy Streamer Overload and Look Outside? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing when it comes to being open about suggestions, right? I love when I have my viewers comment that. You guys, when you comment like, "Hey, try this game. Oh, go beat this game. Go do this." I love doing it. That's why sometimes I'm a little slow on the trends when it comes to things like FNAF games and fan games especially and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm on vacation, I'm busy, I can't get to things right away, right? That's how life works. But sometimes I get worried that, if I do a FNAF game, right? If I do something like that, right? Or even if it's a non-FNAF game, more specifically, it may not perform well. When I get delayed with my FNAF videos, it performs decently, but not horribly. That great. I mean, if you go look at my Secret of the Mimic videos, I was like a week or so behind. I was on vacation, and then I got back, and they didn't perform that well, sadly. But what I will say is that if you guys are interested, and if the game is popular, I would be interested in taking more suggestions. I've started going to Little Nightmares, so that's a whole brand new series, completely non-FNAF, and is really creepy, and is very disturbing and different from FNAF games. But yeah, I'm interested in it, and I know that, like, yes, you can't be worrying your whole life and be like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be able to whatever. But honestly, if you guys have suggestions for me and you think the video would perform well in, like, maybe I upload it and then in a day, right, I get like the video out in like a day or 2 days later and it performs well, I would love to do other horror games. But my worry is, again, and I'm not sure you guys just heard or I told you, but I just don't know if it'll perform well on my channel that is mainly on FNAF, but is also horror games as well. So yeah, I'd be open to taking more suggestions, and if you guys can, let me know, or DM me on YouTube or whatever, Discord, social media, whatever it is. Let me know, so that way I can, as long as I'm not busy doing other stuff outside of YouTube, like work, or I'm doing other stuff like life, running, stuff like that, I would 100% be down to take these suggestions to do these games and try these things, So, yeah. Another question I got was, do I enjoy Canada? So I actually went for vacation, which is why I didn't get my Secret of the Mimic video out. Yeah, that's where I was for vacation. I went to Banff, and I had a great time. I'm not going to show my face, obviously. Maybe I'll put a few pictures that I did while I was up there. But yes, I had a great time in Canada. I loved it. Very green, very outdoorsy. I love that stuff. I love camping. That stuff is amazing. And the views you get when you go in the mountains and you go camp, and so beautiful. I had a good time. Like, we did lots of hiking and walking and great food up there. I tried poutine for the first time. So yeah, and You know, I really enjoyed it. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful place, you know. And I would love to go back in the future because it was just so cool. It was so unique and so different from where I live that I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a chance to go explore a little bit." And I have traveled outside of where I live before to other I think 2 other countries, but yeah, and I really had a good time, and I would love to go back to Canada. There's other places I would like to travel to as well, guys, but right now, I think I'm happy with where I am. I will be doing a lot of traveling this upcoming semester in college and stuff like that, but yeah, I won't be disappointed with what I'm doing. I'm happy with where I'm at and what I'm doing, and yeah, so, you know, and I had a good time. I love Canada, love to go back. You guys have the best food, best maple syrup. Go to Canada if you like maple syrup, guys. Would you ride Splash Mountain without a lap bar? If you guys don't know, Splash Mountain is a Disney ride. Used to be a Disney ride. It is now Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I have ridden it. If I were given the chance to ride it without a lap bar, I would. Technically, the ones at Disneyland, they have, what's it called? They have metal bars on the side that you hold on to. You don't have lap bars. But I think at Disney World and in, gosh, what's the, I think they have one in Japan. They still have one in Japan, Tokyo Disneyland. I've been to, by the way. They have lap bars. Both of those ones have lap bars, but the one in Disneyland does not have lap bars. And I've ridden it. It's pretty scary, especially when you're going down a 50-foot drop into water and you get wet and soaked. Yeah, but it's you know, it's a great ride. I love it. Huge fan of it. And I'm glad that I've got to ride it before it closed. You know what I mean? Plenty of times. And yeah, so, you know, would I ride it without a lap bar? 100%. Where do you wash first when you take a shower? I don't know if I want to answer this one. Next question, what is your favorite ice cream? You know, I'm a huge peanut butter ice cream fan, guys. I love peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter chunk, whatever you want to name it. I love it. Peanut butter ice cream is so good, and I get it. I love chocolate ice cream too, but I don't know. Vanilla makes me want to gag for some reason. Yeah, I don't like mint flavored ice cream. It's kind of gross. Orange sherbet's pretty good, or sherbet in general is good. And then cookie dough ice cream. I love that stuff, but just sometimes like the mango, the sweet stuff with vanilla kind of makes me like want to gag. I don't know why. It's one of those things that makes me sick. So I don't know. That's something that I have to look into, but yeah. Did you leave your clothes in the dryer? Actually, this happened yesterday. I did leave my clothes in the dryer and I forgot about them and I had to fold them today. So thank you for asking. What is the square root of 0? Well, guys, I did take a math class. I think it was in geometry is what square roots are. Let me use a calculator. I don't think it's going to come out to a number, but let's see. Square root of 0 is 0, guys. I can't believe I couldn't answer that for you. When was the bite of 87? This is a lore question. Yeah, when was the bite of 87? It was in 1987. Actually, guys, if you do want to know, the bite of 87 is like the second bite in the series, which is the whole Markiplier meme thing. But everyone back in the day thought FNAF 4 was the bite of 87, but they found out that later that was 1983. The game was set in 1983. So you have two different bites. You have the Fredbear bite, and then you have the bite of 87, which a lot of people say is Mangle. The culprit is Mangle, and it's still debated to this day. I mean, you know, Toy Chica, I think, Mangle, Withered Foxy, and there was another one on there, and I can't remember what character that, but usually those three are the three that are like the, you know, yeah. So, but yeah, that's another question for you. All right, guys, well, that is all the questions I have. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot. I know this is going to be a long video, but I wanted to be honest and open about my opinions, questions, answering as much as I could. Yeah, you know, that's the best I can give you. You know, in the future, when I hit maybe 10,000, we'll get more questions, more things like that. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you where I live or any of those questions. That's kind of privacy. That's private information. But, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm very grateful that you guys were able to support me and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at 1,028 right now. So if you guys could help me reach the next milestone, like 2,000, we'll have another Q&A, or maybe I feel like at 10,000, I'd love to do a face reveal. If you guys really want me to do that and help me get to a face reveal, we will do that at 10,000. But as of right now, what I think needs to happen is you guys need to help me reach that goal. But we're going to start out slow and go to 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. So if you guys help me get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll do a face reveal. Again, 2,000, we might do another Q&A. And I would say at 5,000, we might do a charity stream or a charity event. I'd love to do that for people, you know, and we'll see that. We'll see what goes from there. Or maybe I'll do some stupid thing and I'll do something for you guys, live stream or whatever. But yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If more questions come in, I'll try to fit them in the video before I finish. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for 1K. And again, I hope you guys enjoy some more videos in the future. Like I said, I mentioned them in the video, but you'll have a few new videos to watch when after this video comes out. So yeah, and I will see you guys in the next video.